Do you want to know how playing Monopoly can make you a multi-million-dollar real estate investor? Stay tuned for this episode of The Money Mike Show. Once a month, me and my business partners will get together and play Monopoly. Monopoly is a really good game that teaches about real estate and leverage. As a real estate investor, it's very good to get that simulation of what markets can do.
Hey guys, my name is Gifford. I'm here playing with Money Mike, Monopoly, and my cousin Jerome. I want to tell you about my experience with Monopoly today. So I had, in the beginning, about 80% of the board. Mike had about 5%, and Jerome had about 15%. I did not win the game in the long run. I was playing for the short gain and not the long man investment. Now, when it comes to real estate and investing, you want to you can do quick flips and stuff like that, but you always want to think long term. And I was I leveraged a lot of my properties to try to get a short gain to end the game quickly, and it ended up that I did not get that return on my investment. They did not land on my property, and I actually landed on someone else's property that was developed. So in real estate, you have to have a strategy. My strategy was to leverage my property and to focus and develop one property set on the board. Unfortunately, I didn't diversify enough, and I had landed on someone else's property, which is Money Mike's property, and I didn't have enough money to leverage my property, which is already over leveraged, to get out of my situation. I was too much in debt. It just sounds familiar, right? So in that situation, I did lose my property to Mike.
The turning point in the game was when Mike got Park Place from Gifford, when he was able to make a deal with Gifford. When he did that, that was the turning point, because he used a lot of his money he had on hand, and he made a monopoly out of the blue areas. It was a danger zone.
When you get in real estate, a lot of people talk about no money down and, all this stuff, owner finance, but at the end of the day, you still have to have funds to withstand anything that come up. What if you don't rent your property? What if something breaks? Or what if a tree falls through your house? You have to have funds to withstand those hard times, or even to keep on going in real estate. So in my situation, I was over leveraged. I didn't have enough funds to withstand the debt that I owed to another player, so I had to go bankrupt. Which I did start out with 80% of the property. I did some deals. I sold some down to develop some other property. I leveraged some property. And at the end of the day, I didn't have any money to back my operation and what I was trying to do.
I started off well. I did control that. I had a hotel set up. Let's see, Mike didn't land on any of my properties. I rolled the dice. I landed on Mike's properties. I owed him a massive amount of money. I didn't have much money on hand, but I had assets. Those assets weren't enough to cover me. I went bankrupt, complete flat broke. Same thing happened to Gifford. Mike won.
Premier Properties did it. Premier Properties, give me my money. Premier Properties. So during this game, I did not have a lot going for me. Every time I rolled the dice, I would roll a low number, or I would land on another player's property, or I would land on a utility. I didn't have a lot of properties. I might have had only 2 or 3 properties. However, I was solely able to use my knowledge of leverage to do enough deals to win this game. The biggest thing I hope you guys take away from this video is to see what happens when you over leverage. My mom would always say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And I think we saw with Gifford, you can still own 80% of your market and still come out as a loser. You have to do the right deals at the right time for the right price. So whip out your Monopoly board, get some friends, and you practice applying leverage. I'm Money Mike, helping you reach a financially free future.
Well, I had about, I want to say I had like 500 or less in my hand. That's actually a big issue that people in real estate probably run into. Spending money to the point to where they have no cash at all in hand, so all wrapped up in their assets completely. That's how I was, and I ended up having to let go of not only my assets but what was in my hand as well.